Hello YouTube, this is MTGeezers and we are bringing you the 5th of our 7 video series, the complete set review of Khans of Tarkir. We've had some really positive feedback so far, so thank you for that. And today we're going to be going over the black cards. So we're going to jump straight into it with Bellowing Saddlebrute. He is 4 for a 4/5, which is pretty good, but his raid says if you didn't attack with a creature, you lose 4 life. I can see definite play for him in Sealed, because 4 for a 4/5 is pretty damn good. Not so much playing Standard. I mean, he's okay. Maybe. Yeah. Moving on to Better Revelation is 4. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 into your hand. Rest into your graveyard. You lose 2 life. This reminds me a bit of Read the Bones, where you're scrying 2 and then drawing 2. However, you know what's coming because you put in the other 2 that you don't want to the bottom, and you keep the top 2 that you do want there. I do like it. So definite play in Sealed. Possibly played in Standard. We'll have to see if the format does slow down a lot. Bloodsoaked Champion is going to be a must-have 4 of in every mono-black aggro deck, because for 1 you're getting a 2/1 that can't block. However, if you attack with a creature this turn, you can pay 2 and return it to the battlefield. This is insane. I can see this working along with a deck with 4 Master of the Feast and 4 Mogis Marauders, because then when you return him to the battlefield, you can go give him haste as well and just swing with everything with Intimidate. It's absolutely bonkers and I love it. Dead Drop costs 10 for target player sacrifices 2 creatures with Delve. Now guys, I don't know how much Delve is going to become a thing in Standard, but if it does, this card does have potential. It gets around Hexproof and it gets around Indestructible, so it's okay, but obviously it is a steep mana cost of 10 mana, so if Delve becomes a thing, it's good. If not, it's something to stay away from. Debilitating Injury is 2. Enchant creature gets -2/-2. A good form of removal for early game. Also, you can make their 3/3s into 1/1s and stuff like that. I think it's pretty solid. It's not something I'd definitely put in my seal pool if I pulled it. However, it is something I'd consider. Despise for 1 black. Target opponent reveals his hand, and you can choose a creature or planeswalker from it, and they discard it. This card is like Duress, but in my opinion, just a little bit better, because creature or planeswalker in a creature-heavy format at the moment, it's really, really, really good. I really like it. I can see this being run 4 of in a Waste Not deck, and I can see Waste Not decks becoming a thing. So, I really like this card. Disowned Ancestor is 1 for a 0/4 with Outlast for 2. This is one of the best commons I've seen in the set, in my opinion. You're getting a strong 4 toughness, which will hold you back for at least 3 turns in this format, maybe 4 or 5. And it's got Outlast, so you can start making it stronger if they do get out bigger threats. I really, really like it. I think it's pretty damn good, and it's definitely playable in Sealed. Dutiful Return is 4. Through sorcery speed, you can return up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard to your hand. I really like this card. Returning 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand could be pretty strong in a Sultai Mill deck. So it's definitely something to look at, guys. I want to hear your thoughts on this card, actually, so just leave your comments below. Empty the Pits. Now, I love the idea of being able to put loads of zombie tokens onto the battlefield tapped. However, its steep cost of at least 6 mana to get a single 2/2 zombie token without using Delve. That's pretty expensive. Obviously, like I said, if Delve does become a thing, this card could be really strong. If you go exile 10 cards from your graveyard, you pay 4 to get 5 zombie tokens, which is pretty good. So if Delve becomes a thing, yes. If not, we'll have to wait and see. Grim Horror Specs is 3 for a 3/2 with more for 1. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. This I can see being put at the top end of most mono-black aggro decks. If you have loads of 2/2s and you just go swinging, just to get a little bit of damage through, and they go block and kill a few of your guys, you can morph this up for just 1 mana. Whenever your stuff dies, you get to draw cards, draw into more 2/2s, and play them all on that turn. I really like it. Definite playability in Standard, definite playability in Sealed and Draft, and stuff like that. Possibly in Commander, it is quite a fun card, but we'll have to wait for that. Gurmag Swiftclaw is 2 for a 1/2 with Flying First Strike Haste. Now this card's really solid. However, its true potential lies if you manage to enchant it, give it +2/+4 or something like that with some of the enchantments we've seen in the set. Because that is when it becomes a really evasive, really hard to kill creature. And I really, really like it if you manage to give it that plus. Without it, it's okay, you know, I like it, it's pretty good. Keruhu, I don't know how you say this, Keru, Bloodsucker, is 3 for a 2/2. Whenever a creature you control with toughness 4 or greater dies, each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Pay 3, sack a creature, put a 1/1 counter on it. Now, the best thing that I can think of is you would go swing in with your opponent with 2 4/4s. They block them both and pump their creatures to 5/5s or whatever. You can pay 6, sacrifice 2 of your 4/4s. You gain 4 life, they lose 4 life. And Kuruhu Bloodsucker gets 2 1/1 counters on it. He's just an ultimate combo card by himself. I really, really like him. Kuruhu again. God, I hate this word. Drawma. 5 for a 4/4 with Defender. Pay 2, sack a creature. You gain life equal to its toughness. It's okay. Possible play in sealed. I'd stay away from it though, depending on what your pool is. It's not one of the stronger cards in the set. Krumar Bloodkin is 5 for 5/3 with more for 5. Pretty good creature, you know, one of the more vanilla text creatures in the set. Its 3 toughness lets it down a bit here, but it's okay, you know. Mardu Skull Hunter is 2 for a 2/1 that enters tapped. If you attack with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. Again, I think this is going to be 4 of in the Waste Not deck I was talking to you about. I really see Waste Not deck becoming a thing, and especially with more cards like this that give a little bit of aggro and let discard cards happen, it's really good. Murek Nightblade, 4 for a 2/3 with Outlast for 1. You can tap it, put a 1/1 counter on something, on this creature, and each creature 1/1 counter on it has Death Touch. I would play this card even if I was just playing black in my sealed, and even maybe in standard. Being able to, for 4, get a 2/3 is pretty good, and to pay 1 and give him a 1/1, therefore giving him Death Touch, you're getting a 3/4 with Death Touch for 4, with an investment of a further 1 mana. But every creature with a 1/1 counter on it has Death Touch, so this in Abzan is insane. I really like this. And if you can get an Ajani going, put 1/1s on all your things turn 4, then you play him turn 5, and you can like tap him and stuff, is cool. Molting Snakeskin is 1 for an enchantment, +2/+0, and has pay 3, regen this creature. Definite play in sealed. Regenerates obviously pretty big in sealed if you can keep 3 mana up, because it will dodge most removal. Otherwise, I don't know where its true potential lies. I think it's just mainly made for standard. Maraudrous Cut is 5 for a destroy type creature with Delve. Definitely will be played in sealed, and if Delve becomes a thing, probably in standard too, because if you can exile 4 creatures, you're getting a 1-drop removal spell. Pretty good. Necropolis Fiend costs 9 for a 4/5 flyer. However, it does have Delve, so if you can remove 7 cards from your graveyard, you're getting a 4/5 flying for 2 mana. Pretty good. And pay X tap, exile X cards from your graveyard. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, so it acts as a piece of removal too. I really like it. Raider's Spoils is 4 for an enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+0, and whenever a warrior you control deals combat damage to a player, you may pay a life and draw a card. I see this being played in lots of Abzan and Mardu warrior-based strategies, because all of your creatures getting a pump as well makes your 1/1s into 2/1s, etc. And then you can draw loads of cards, drawing into potentially more warriors. It's pretty strong. Lots of play in sealed, potential play in standard, and I really like it. Here we have Rakasha's Secret. I don't know how you say that word either. Sorry about my poor pronunciation. For 3, you're getting a sorcery speed. Target opponent discards 2 cards and put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. It's okay in a discard deck, and if you're trying to like mill yourself. If a Sultai discard mill deck becomes a thing, then maybe. Otherwise, it's something I'd stay away from. Retribution of the Ancient is 1 mana for an enchantment. Pay 1, remove X 1/1 counters from among creatures you control. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. Really good removal from Abzan decks. If you've got a load of 1/1s on your creature, you don't care about removing a few. You can pretty much kill creatures for 1 black mana, which is really strong. Rise of the Serpent, I don't like. It's sorcery speed removal. And then there's a condition if the creature had a 1/1 counter on it, which is pretty unlikely unless you're playing Abzan. Put a 1/1 snake onto the battlefield, but it's a steep cost of 6 for a sorcery speed removal. Not even playable in sealed, I'd go as far as saying. I mean, maybe, but nah. Rotting Mastodon is 5 for a 2/8 vanilla text creature. He's pretty good. Strong toughness will keep you in the game for a little bit. I like him. He's alright. Playable in sealed and nothing else. Ruthless Ripper. I see a lot of potential for this card. First of all, you're getting a 1 mana 1/1 Death Toucher. We've seen a lot of cards like this. However, its morph cost requires you just to reveal a black card from your hand. So you can be totally tapped out, they can go swing at you. You can reveal a black card from your hand and turn this face up so they're not expecting it at all. You can block their biggest creature and therefore killing it due to your Death Touch. And when it's turned face up, they lose 2 life. I really like this card. I think it will see play in Sealed, in Standard, Commander. It's pretty good. Shambling Attendants is 8 for a 3/5 with Delve and Death Touch. I don't think this will see much play. There are much better things to exile creatures on for the Delve cost. And 8 mana is a little bit steep. Next, we've got Sidisi's Pet, 4 for a 1/4 with lifelink and Morph for 2. Again, it's a decent creature, possibly payable and sealed, not really in standard. He's okay. Sultai Scavenger is 6 for a 3/3 with flying. Now this is a Delve card I actually quite like, because if you just manage to exile 2 cards from your graveyard, you're managing to play this dude for 4, and 4 for a 3/3 flying in sealed formats is actually pretty good. So he's something to look out for. I'm not saying definitely play him, there are so many better things in the set, but he has got good evasion and a pretty strong body to him as well. Moving on to some of the last cards we're going to be looking at today. Swarm of Bloodflies, 5 for a 0/0 flying that enters battlefield with 2 1/1s on it, so he's a 2/2. And whenever a creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. I think he's okay. If you're playing like an aggro deck, he might work because loads of your dudes die. He'll get loads of 1/1s, but obviously you don't want to be investing 5 mana in an aggro deck. I would say give it Delve, and that's where it would be better, but obviously if they did give it Delve, it would be pretty overpowered. He's an okay creature, 2 for a 5, 5, sorry, for a 2/2 flying. It's okay. I'm not going to look out for it, but possible play. 5 instant speed, target creature is -4/-4 until end of turn. It's instant speed removal, but we have seen removal spells that destroy a creature for just 5 mana, and it's guaranteed to destroy this creature. If they've even got 5 toughness, this will still leave them on 1 toughness, so you'll have to go and hit them with one of your creatures as well, or use some extra removal. And the final black card we're looking at today, guys, is Unlying Chroma. 4 for a 3/3. Pay 2, it gains first strike. I like its ability to gain first strike, but obviously that'll only work if you're playing both black and white in a pre-release event. But otherwise, he's a pretty solid card. Works well in Abzan and Mardu. So yeah, thank you for watching our video today, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. We are going to be bringing you 2 more videos, going over the blue cards and the white cards from the set, and hopefully we'll be uploading them soon. If you want to see more or are new to the channel, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. It really helps, and we'd love to hear what you want to see more of on our channel. Just leave a comment in the box below. So thank you very much. This is MTGeezers, and we will see you next time.